Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. Hello, Kaleitha. How are you?
Hello. Hi, Kim. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so glad to have you on today.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to have a great time, I can
We
tell.
are. We are. I'm ready.
Oh my goodness. Listen, everybody, grab your virtual seats. It's Monday. We're going to have a great episode lined up for you. Remember, here on the Kim Jacobs Show, we're talking about ways that you can better your life, balance your life, juggle things that are on your plate, and just have a piece of that missing puzzle that might be missing in your life. Well, today we're talking with Kaleitha Johnson, and she's going to be talking with us about how to succeed in the workplace using your gifts and your talents. And so get your notepads out and make sure you're ready, or just capture all of the comments here and screenshot them as we go.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I done got a little frog in my throat. It's like, how you get that happening right there? It's like right in the middle of your sentence, right?
Exactly.
That's so funny. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. Share this broadcast with your friends, your family, your coworkers. Invite them into the virtual studio audience right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So thank you so much, Kaleitha. And we're going to go ahead and get started now. You share with your friends too, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
All right, everyone. Yes, it is the Kim Jacobs Show. And today at the Kim Jacobs Show, we have Kaleitha Johnson, owner of Noetic Talent Consulting. So we're going to take a moment to introduce her to you formally as you get prepared in your virtual seats. The name of her company is Noetic Talent Consulting. She specializes in professional development and career coaching for young professionals. Noetic means mental or intellectual activity. So her tagline is grow, develop, and transform. Grow, develop, and transform. Welcome, Kaleitha Johnson.
Hello. Hey, Facebook. Hey, LinkedIn. Anybody else who's on Yardstream? I'm here. I'm in the house and I'm ready.
Way to go. So glad to have you. So you specifically focus on people using their talents and their gifts in the workplace. Take us back on a journey through where this all began for you.
Right. So, trained professional to work on a college campus. So my degree is in higher ed, student development, counseling, and those things because I was sure that I wanted to work with African Americans on college campuses.
Okay.
So got a little discouraged in my grad program. So I was like, okay, I'm going to hold off on doing the college thing for now and just kind of go out and see what else is out there. So did some work at UPS, did some work just kind of floating along, right?
Right.
Finally got back. I said, I need to get back into my element, and my element is a college campus. So a few years ago, I applied to Georgia Tech, couple of positions open, and I landed in graduate and family housing.
Okay.
Which was actually a blessing in disguise because while I was still very interested in that college age student, I realized, oh, it's the adults. They're the ones who are, really getting me going,
Right.
really fulfilling, my soul and my spirit and what I really wanted to do with myself.
Good.
And so we do a lot of meetings, we do a lot of workshops, we do a lot of trainings in housing. So, I was watching people do training sessions and watching people, do diversity workshops and whatnot. And I'm thinking to myself, I can do that. Right.
Easily do that. Yes.
Right.
And then some.
And then some. And so, and even my supervisor at the time was like, he would say, well, what did you think? Well, what about what we did today? Could you do that? So I think he kind of saw it too. Shouts out to my Scotia. Had to put that out there. So lo and behold, I just started kind of working on what could I do to do more of this training and development thing.
Okay.
So I started volunteering. I joined organizations. I practiced whenever I could. I found some mentors that are doing the things that I wanted to
Yeah.
do. So I started really honing my skills, my abilities, finding that true passion in adult learning, adult training, educating people who are grown, people who, have a little bit of, I kind of know what I want to do, and I've been doing some things, so
Right.
I have a little bit of work under my belt, but now I'm at a crossroads and it's time for me to take it to the next level, right?
Right.
So working in housing, we started focusing on strengths. So if you look at Gallup, Gallup is a premier institution.
Yes.
They do a lot of data gathering. They do a lot of analytics.
Yeah.
They have a lot of information. And as they started looking at how people can succeed in the workplace, they came up with these 34 strengths that people use.
Right.
Georgia Tech Housing picked those up, and we were kind of floating through it a little bit, like here and there we do things. So about, I would say 3 years ago, Georgia Tech said, all of our students that are coming into tech, we're encouraging you all to take the strengths assessment.
Okay.
Right. So that opened up an opportunity where we all in housing would say, you know what? We do programming, we do training, we do workshops. We have almost 9,000 residents at our disposal. So
Right.
let's figure out how we can help, whether that's training or offering space, et cetera, et cetera. So that really put us on, a speedier path to
Yes.
knowing and understanding what strengths really means. So I've had the opportunity to do some training and some workshops with Gallup that help me help you succeed in the workplace. So that is all that I do.
That is incredible, because Gallup, you can't really get better than that when it comes to assessing your skills and your talents and your strengths in the workplace. So
Right.
having that training under your belt and being able to educate those that may think, what is this foreign thing that you're talking about? Gallup, what, a horse or whatever, but really to know that it's that assessment tool that's going to change everything for the trajectory of their career. It'll catapult them to a whole different level if they can get a handle on how to assess their talents and skills early on in their career. How important is it to you, Kaleitha, based on your training through Gallup, for people to quickly identify their strengths and talents?
It, like you were saying, it is a game changer, right? You would be surprised how many people do not know what they're truly good at. Some people want to be good at certain things, or they think they're good at certain things, but one, we don't take the time to really process and think about why have I been successful? What's
Right.
brought me this far? Not only what do I want to do, or even what I enjoy sometimes, is just what have I done where I've shown up and showed out? A
Yeah.
lot of people don't take the time to think about that, right? The other side to this is weaknesses, or what you would call weaknesses or challenges. And Gallup talks about, you can put some energy and time into weaknesses to manage them, but we shouldn't be focusing on weaknesses.
Right.
We should be focusing on those strengths, what we do well, and how we can do more of that. And with your strengths, if you put a strategy together, you can manage your weaknesses.
Good. So focus on your strengths, not on your weaknesses only.
Absolutely.
Not that you can't touch on your weaknesses and know
Right.
where you're weak.
Right.
But don't focus and live there too often, is what she's saying. Right. I love
Exactly.
that. We're just copying some of the things that
Yes.
you're saying. So some of the points that you're making, I'm going to pop them in the comment section, because we don't want anybody to miss one moment help me help you succeed in the workplace is a comment that you made. So you'll see some of these comments throughout today's broadcast that are quoted by Kaleitha Johnson, our owner of Noetic Talent Consulting. So what about people? No, we don't have a bunch of scripted questions, so we already know that. So we're just going off the cuff here and enjoying our conversation. And other people, are you all in the studio audience? You're simply listening in on our conversation. But then also, if you have a specific question, type your question. Take a moment to type a question, and Kaleitha may very well be able to answer it right during the broadcast. So we enjoy welcoming you all to be a part of this broadcast, not just sitting and watching a show. Okay. But Kaleitha, what about people that really don't think that they have talents? There are people that feel like, I just don't know what my talent is, so I can't really focus on something that I don't even know exists.
Right. Well, first and foremost, take the assessment. Gallup does offer the assessment, and you can do one of two things, and I would recommend one over the other. You can look at your top 5, and your top 5, because there are 34, and your top 5 will say you are good at these things. And even if you don't think you're good at it, working with a coach is what I would say. I would recommend for that. Working with a coach to look at those 5 talents and to be able to say, oh, I do that. Oh, I understand that a little bit better.
That's right.
Oh, here are some ways I can do more of that in the future, because it has helped me be successful. The other side to that 5, you can also get all 34, which is absolutely what I would recommend, because you actually live in your top 10. 5 is good. 10 is phenomenal, right? And so being able to look at all 34, but helping you function around your top 10 is what I do, what I'm trained to do, what I love to do. The other piece to that also is I know what my last 3 are, since I got all 34. I know that achiever is my last strength. So I'm not always, the achievers start from 0 every day. They have their check off list and they try and check it off. And then they come back the next day and create a whole new list, and they got to get through it, I'm not necessarily that. Right? But I do use the strengths that I do have to get things done.
That's funny, because I'm sure I've taken the Gallup multiple times as well. And achiever definitely is one of my things. I am an achiever for sure. I'm big on getting things accomplished and saying that, okay, I'm not going to get this done. And I know that, but I've now put it on the list for the next day, because I have to have that list to know that, well, if I don't have a list, what am I working from? So that helps me achieve something.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But then let me say this too, Kaleitha, that kind of contradicts, and it's weird, because from a corporate perspective, right? I've been in corporate America, and corporate teaches you exactly what you're saying, right? And so once we know that from a Fortune 500 or whatever company that you may be working with, you learn these corporate skill sets. But then I can only speak for myself right now, from a Christian perspective, I'm like, but this is not going in always in alignment with what God's will is for my life. And that assessment has to be factored into everything that I do. So I'll always be like, okay, the corporate piece, but if it be your will, God, it can't be just, or I should always, if it be your will, God, then the corporate piece. And how does that kind of fit in with Gallup? So let's talk about that later too. Go ahead.
Okay. So even with that, I was going to say, there are different ways to pull these strengths out and to use them situationally, right? So I do talk about, we're focusing on your top 5. Maybe as you go into this meeting with all of these, the CFO and the CEO, and they want to hear the bottom line, et cetera, you may want to pull up your analytical strengths so that you can focus on those numbers and those facts. Maybe you pull down your relationship building strengths, because we're not in here to harmonize today. And we're not in here to be best friends. We're in here to get these numbers on the screen and to let you know what's in it for you. So there's some skills that you amplify, and some other skills that you kind of pull back and push down for the moment. I would also say that these strengths are something that you can use to build your core values. They are really in place because it's already going on, right?
Yes.
It's already a part of you innately and intricately, right? They're not going away. Even when you take the strengths assessment 2 to 3 times, they don't change very much. If they do change, they may change after like a major life event. But for the most part, they're not changing because it's a part of you. And so sometimes we have to find the job, the company, the situation that better fits our strengths. That may be in a different part of the organization. That may be with a different organization. And a coach can help you to look at all of that and decide, make some decisions, I would say.
Wow. That's really good advice. Okay, you know what? This is such great advice. I just think we need to take a 30-second brief break right quick just to give people a chance to, because people don't want to miss stuff when they come onto episodes. So they're like, I'm not tagging anybody and miss what Kaleitha shares. So we're going to give you 30 seconds to invite 5 friends to today's broadcast because they don't want to miss what Kaleitha Johnson, owner of Noetic Talent Consulting, is talking about. I'm going to give you 30 seconds here. You should be tagging someone. Everyone tag 5 people. And we are back with Kaleitha Johnson, Noetic Talent Consulting owner. Did anyone tag a friend? Let's see. I see some people joining in here. Let's take a moment to be able to invite the studio audience to chime in and see what they're sharing because they may have questions as well. Amber said, hey.
Hey, Amber.
Amber, make sure you invite some more of your friends and family to be a part. Yes, Joanna says, hello, Queens. Hey, Joanna Queen. How are you? Okay, let's see. Amen to something you were talking about. She said, amen, amen. All right, let's keep on going. Courtney Jacobs, my brother, is on. He said it is good to have a list to work off of. Otherwise, some important things will get overlooked. That if it's not on my list, Courtney, it won't happen. I don't know how to explain it. My children will ask me, Mom, did you get that from the grocery store? I said, child, was it on the list? If it wasn't on the list, then the answer is no. I didn't get it off the grocery store. Get it at the grocery store because I didn't know to get it because it wasn't even there for me to see it.
Right.
So,
and something that's really important about that, I'm like, are we waiting on our audience? So one of the things about that, we talk about my top 5 versus my bottom 5.
Right.
There are ways that you can take your top 5 or even 10 to look like some of the things that you may be missing or some of the things that you're challenged in, et cetera, right? And so we don't have to miss out when, one, we've figured out how to work around, but also if you have a team, whether that's a person who reports to you or a peer or 2, or just an accountability partner, there may be people we can partner with that have the strengths that we don't have. They're stronger in certain areas. And so we make it, we make it a group effort because somebody is going to keep us on task. I may not be that person, but I'm going to pair up with someone who can keep me on task, who's more of that list checker. Right. Who, my sister and I talk about this all the time. She is definitely the executing, thinking list, person. And she's always like, did you do this? Where you goes? Where is this? Right. I am the influencing. I'm a thinker and an influencer. I'm talking the game. I'm putting myself in front of the camera. I'm the one that's putting myself out there because I feel like I need to tell my story. But I know in the back of my mind, I always hear my sister, what's the plan? Where's your list? Where are the goals?
But you balance each other out.
Absolutely.
We balance each other out very nicely. And that's a blessing. So we have to surround ourselves with people, according to what you're saying, that have some of the strengths that are our areas of weakness, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. That's definitely the case on the Kim Jacobs Show team. I do not have strengths in certain areas, but the people that are on the team make up those strengths and they do it very well. Actually,
Right.
but Shambria does the
Mhm.
highlight videos and she
Mhm.
is doing a magnificent job. I don't know how to put those videos together like that.
Right.
And then she got stuff flipping in and it's looking amazing. I'm loving it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? I'm like, Shambria, can you help me with this too? I start asking her about stuff that's not even about the Kim Jacobs show sometimes because we want people that are utilizing their talents and their gifts and make you look better too if they're working on your team.
Right.
But I
Because
don't
that's
like
the
when people
team's
take
job.
credit, you know. I don't like when people take credit of somebody else's work. So
Well,
Shambria does that.
right. Absolutely. And you have to, and that's a part of knowing what you're strong in, knowing what you're good at, and this accepting at. Um, Gallup and Strengths, Clifton Strengths has a like a mantra. It's name it, claim it, and aim it.
Wow.
Right. So I name my strengths. I know what they are. That self-awareness piece has to absolutely be there. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm average at, and I know what I need help with, right?
Right.
Once you get into the claiming part, it's saying, "Oh, this strength is really, really me. I know when I use it. I know when I need to use it more, and I know why, I know what it looks like. I know what it should look like, and I'm ready to amplify it."
I love it.
Right. And then aiming is exactly what it says. Here are some goals, but they're based in my strengths. I'm going to reach these goals with these two strengths. And I'm going to reach this other goal with these other two strengths because I know that it's there and it's doable.
That's such great advice, Kaleitha. Very, very good advice. Okay, let's keep seeing what some. Okay, my mom is on. She said, "Good morning to you all.
Hey, Mom.
Balance is always key. Have a list in God's will." Yes. Okay. And some of your tips are here. So everyone that's just joining, we're talking with Kaleitha Johnson, and she's the owner of Noetic Talent. Let me see. Let me go back for a second because I want to make sure I don't miss any of these key points that people are saying. Good morning, everyone. Stephanie says, my Aunt Geraldine is on. Hey, Aunt Geraldine. She said, good morning. And Capricorn lady said, great information. All right. All right. So lots of comments are coming in. Keep your comments coming in, everyone, and we'll be happy to put them up on the screen. Kaleitha, Noetic Talent Consulting is what she's the owner of. She's talking to us today about utilizing our strengths in the workplace. So we're going to talk more with Kaleitha right after this commercial break. But what I want to let you know is that today's episode is sponsored by Hunter Everidge Law Firm. Now, if you have not contacted Hunter Everidge Law Firm, make sure you do so. Let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show did refer you their way. Their phone number is 704-377-9157. Again, that's 704-377-9157. Hunter Everidge Law Firm, and they're in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, and they're also in the Richmond, Virginia area. So if you're dealing with disability case, Social Security disability, workplace compensation, or workplace injury, or different things like that, make sure you reach out to Hunter Everidge and let them know, again, that the Kim Jacobs Show did send you their way. Let's take a moment and learn more about Hunter Everidge now.
I'm attorney Charles Everidge. I started out representing insurance companies until my father was seriously injured at work. 4 of his fingers were amputated. Our family went through a lot, so I know what you're going through as an injured worker. If you've been hurt on the job, call me now. I'll fight to get the workers' comp benefits you may deserve. I'll fight for you like family. Put my experience to work for you. Call 704-457-5000, the first call for injured workers.
All right, everyone. And also, I'd like the opportunity to let you know that if you're interested in starting your own talk show from scratch, I offer 2 master classes. One is an 8-week online program. Kaleitha, you may want to know about this. You look like you could be a host over there too. But there are 2 master classes that I offer. One is an 8-week program where you can work at your own pace online. And it's a course program that you'll go through and be able to officially determine all kinds of things. And I'll let you know what those things are momentarily. But then there's also a 4-week masterclass where you'll get the opportunity to work with me one-on-one for 4 1-hour solution sessions. And we do that through our 4-week masterclass. So let me talk to you about that for a second now on this commercial break. Hey everyone, I'm Kim Jacobs, and I'm so excited to go on this journey with you. You and I are going to have a great time as you go through this course on how to create your own online show from scratch. Everything that you need to know from A to Z. And we know Kaleitha could be a talk show host, huh? Talking about what should your show even be called? Who's going to be your guest? How do you identify your target audience? How do you be able to get your studio audience engaged? What type of lighting should you use? All kinds of things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the different platforms that you should use. We're going on this journey together. So go ahead and grab your virtual seats and let's get ready to rock and roll and have a great experience as you learn how to create your own online show from scratch. All right, we are back with Kaleitha Johnson, owner of Noetic Talent Consulting. I'm going to put you back for a second and let her get a chance to get that camera right, because I know how important that is back there. You give me a thumbs up when you're ready, Kaleitha. All right, all right.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, that's fine, because I know that lighting, I can see something, but you're on top of it over there. So that's great. You know what? That's an important point, too, because we have to be able to be aware. When we see something that's slightly off, we have to be able to make an immediate adjustment.
Absolutely.
Why wait until the show is over? And then it's like, well, I'm not going to go through the whole show.
And why didn't anybody tell me?
Right. But then, so it's important, if you can see it, it's like, let's make this minor little tweak, and then it changes something, you know? Yep. Yep. So that's, again, you using your Gallup talents over there. How can people take this assessment, Kaleitha?
So you can go right to Gallup's website and order the book, or they'll give you virtual codes. So when you, there's 2 price points. One is for just the 5, and Gallup.com is just the 5. And then you can also order your 34. When you get the book, it'll tell you a little bit about your strengths, right? So right. Here are your 5 strengths. Here's kind of what that looks like, or here's some other things that you can do. It's LLUP is Gallup.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different.
Oh yeah, I know it. Gallup, GALLUP.com, right? Okay, so I didn't know. Do you have to put www?
You don't have to.
Okay, Gallup.com. Okay,
yes, there it is. That's it. And again, with your 5, you can go through those strengths and look at those strengths and say, okay, I see it, I get it. And like we do with so many other things, we put it in a drawer, or it's lost in cyberspace, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And what I would recommend is you take the 34 or call me and I can consult. We can do a consultation, and we can work on, okay, what do you need? Do you need the 5? Do you need the 34? As you get to 34, I would coach you through how to use the top 10 at the very least.
That's good.
And what the other ones look like, what they could look like, how do you strengthen those, etc.
Excellent. So you recommend people go to Gallup.com. They go ahead and take, and here the actual link is in the comment section across all of the platforms, everyone. So you'll be able to take that strength test right at home. But when you go there, you're going to get your own assessment. It'll give you your own results. Kaleitha comes in with Noetic Talent Consulting by officially helping you identify how you can put those particular strengths that have now been revealed to you to use in your life in the workplace.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. See, I'm your agent now, Kaleitha.
You're my agent.
Like that's perfect. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
So make sure you take that assessment as quickly as possible. And to utilize your services, Kaleitha, what can people expect when they come to you?
Well, the first piece is the consultation. So find my website, KaleithaJohnson.com. You can also go to Noetic Talent Consulting on Facebook and let me know that you want to talk. And the first part of it is simply just talking, right?
Right.
So figuring out, well, have you done your strengths assessment? Do you have 5? Did you get all 34? And what exactly are the goals that mean the most to you right now? We
Okay.
are working on goals at my day job.
Yeah,
Shout
that
out to
day
Georgia
you
Tech.
working there with the Georgia Tech
Georgia Tech,
right?
yes.
But
We
by
are in the
night, you
right.
what?
We're in the goal setting period at Georgia Tech. And I've been helping a lot of people really hone in on what are my goals? What am I supposed to be doing? My director and I, hey, Cherie, we did a workshop last week on the new ways that Georgia Tech wants you to set goals. And what's so important about that is it's based on the values that Georgia Tech has identified, right? And so much in the similar way, you're looking at your values, you're looking at your strengths. And like you said, a lot of that is really, it could be faith-based. It's starting with why, what's important to you, what means something to you, and taking all that, putting it in a bowl, stirring it up, and let's
Right.
have a conversation about what that looks like on the
I
other side.
love it. I love it, Kaleitha. You said, hey, Cherie, who you talking to?
Dr. Cherie Gibson.
Oh, she's on here?
Oh, I'm not sure she's here right now, but she'll catch the replay.
Oh,
That's
okay,
my
okay. I was like,
director
I
at
want to
Georgia
pull her
Tech.
comment in. Well, Dr. Cherie Gibson, we're glad to have you on now or on the replay. Either way, we're so glad to have you checking Kaleitha Johnson out today.
Yes.
Listen, this is incredible information that you're sharing. And people, if you're interested in being able to learn more about your strengths and your talents, please visit KaleithaJohnson.com. Book your consultation. Let her know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you, and you're going to have just a brief conversation with her. She's going to give you better direction as to what you should be doing. So even if you don't know where to start at all, you're like, where do I start? I don't want to go take a test and haven't talked to Kaleitha first. Call her, reach out to her through her website, and then you can go from there and she'll give you very specific directions. So how do people better understand their strengths once they do take this Gallup test? Talk to us about that.
Right. So, for instance, I'll give you a just an example of some things that I do at my day job that I'm also. This is how I've honed my skills, right? And this is what we'll do once you come in and for the consultation. So a lot of all of our professionals have taken those strengths tests. And I go through them one by one. What do you know about your first strength? What do you know about your second strength? Some of us know a little bit about one, but we don't know much about the other 4. And so I talk to them about, what does it look like? When have you been successful? What does it mean? Is this you? Here is when you're working on all cylinders.
Okay.
Here is when you're working in the basement, in that valley, because sometimes a strength cannot be so strong if we're misaligning it or using it improperly.
That's right.
Like anything. So we talk about, well, with this strength, you may have a tendency to do some of these things. Here's how you turn that around and use it so that you're working from the attic as opposed to the basement.
I love it.
So we have those type of conversations. We also talk about, your goals. What do you want to accomplish? Is that something that we can do soon, or is this next year, or is this a 5-year plan? So what means the most to you? A lot of people talk about SMART goals, and I do believe in SMART goals. And when you get to the nitty gritty, you have to focus on SMART goals. But even before you get to SMART goals, you need to be thinking about the goals that are tied to something that's important to you.
Why? What is important to you?
Yes.
That's
What is it? It needs to be, those goals need to be tied to something that make you feel alive, something that brings out your passion,
That's
something that
good.
you know was going to get you to the next level or get you in front of the people that you need to be in front of so that you can help folks get where they need to be. The people that I'm looking at the most are supervisors, managers. They're young, they're good at what they do, so they've been promoted.
Right.
Sometimes when young people get promoted, they don't get coached, they don't get trained. They just get promoted because they were good at whatever technical skill they're
Just
good at.
that
They're good
basic
at
skill.
selling, they're good at
Mhm.
accounting, et cetera, but they haven't been properly taught, one, how to use their strengths, two, how to properly supervise and
Yeah.
guide the people that they're now in charge of. They haven't been taught, okay, this is how I set good expectations and what I look for in great performance. So, Noetic Talent Consulting will not only help you look at what you do well, but how you use those strengths to help guide those who are now in your charge.
Wow, I am so thoroughly impressed, and I'm sharing in the sentiments of your cousin. She's so no, this is somebody says goals that bring you passion. Darcina says, "Hi, Darcina," and someone actually said that. Hey, somebody said, "Good morning, cousin." Who I thought I heard somebody say, "Yeah, Darcina." Darcina, says,
Darcina's my
"This
cousin.
is my cousin." He's
Hey,
like, "I'm a
girl.
proud cousin." Glad to have
Absolutely.
Glad to have you, Darcina. So
Support, support.
Darcina, okay, so Darcina also said the same, another thing, goals that bring your passion out. Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Yep.
thoroughly impressed with everything that you're sharing. Now tell us what Noetic Talent Consulting stands for. Why Noetic?
Noetic kind of goes back to my counseling, my psychotherapy days.
Okay.
My favorite counseling and therapeutic technique is cognitive behavioral.
Wonderful.
And so I know that, it's all about getting things done. It's all about getting things done. But I take the approach that what the mind thinketh, so shall you do, right? So when you get your mind right and you start working and processing through those things that really mean something to you and how you're going to get it done, like you got to have a path and a plan in here before you can ever do it.
Right.
We can do things and we can get out there and there's something to be said about just kind of jumping in and going.
Right.
If you don't get your mind right, if you have that faulty thinking going on, if you have thoughts in your mind that simply aren't true,
Right.
or if you haven't taken the time to process it, then it's not going to be done well. So Noetic reminds us to go back to use our brains and figure out what's really going on, what does it mean to me, what's important to me, and then figure out how I can get to that next level. How can you be empowered?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really good. How can we be empowered in our minds to get to the next level of our lives? My God. What the mind think is what you do. That's really good. Thank you so much, Backstage, Mackenzie and Shannon, for typing some of these comments. I appreciate you. And also welcome back, Mackenzie, in Backstage back there. I'm not going to pull her on the screen, but Mackenzie is back and back to work. She's been out on maternity time with her newborn. So super excited to have you back, Mackenzie. All right. All right. What the mind think is what you do. Yes. All right. Johanna says, amen. Yes. Kaleitha, there are so many, like, because you sound like, you know how you sound like a walking Gallup.
I know this should be sponsored by Gallup.
Huh?
This should be sponsored by Gallup.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, Gallup, you want to sponsor the episode of the Kim Jacobs Show because
Okay.
Kaleitha Johnson is talking about Gallup the whole episode. I mean, she can be talking about her family. She could be talking about her life. She could be talking about her job, Georgia Tech. She could be talking about it. This woman is talking about Gallup. So Gallup, if you're out there watching, and any of you representatives from Gallup, You need to sponsor this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show and anything that Kaleitha Johnson is doing at Noetic Talent Consulting. Okay. Wow. But now have you always been this kind of walking corporate person that's eager to take the bull by the horns and use your gifts and talents? Has that been a part of your life growing up, or is this new?
I think that it's always been there on some level.
Interesting.
And it's evolved.
Okay.
Even when I was in high school and college, it was paying attention to that underdog who has some hidden talents that, we've never seen, or how can I help other people get what they need to get? I was always going to the African American Student Center, or going to meet up with the African American student counselors and advisors, like, what are y'all doing in this office? How can I help? I want to make sure Black people get what they need. So that part has always been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was mostly something that I've grown into, I think, with how can we truly succeed and do what needs to be done in the workplace. What am I missing? And if I'm missing these things, there are other people that are missing these things as well.
Very good.
Right. It started off, like I said, mostly in college. Where are the resources? Hey, Alexis, where are the resources? Who are the people that care about us? Who are the people that are paying attention to us? Hey, have you been to the African American Student Center? All those things. And then as I've gotten into the professional field, it's, this particular person, their supervisor does okay, but there's some gaps that are missing.
Right.
And if I know I can fill that gap, one of my, my first strength is maximizer. Maximizers see talent in people. That's what we do. I am naturally, innately, always looking for talent in other people.
Yes, I think we have similar talents from the Gallup, by the way.
Except for achiever, that's the only one.
I'm definitely achiever, for sure.
Right, but I also have another strength that's input. And that input, I'm always, I have a book for that. There's an article that you need to read. Let me introduce you to somebody that can help you get where you're trying to go.
Right.
I gather resources. So that's one thing that I've always done. And I've always tried to pay attention to who this person needs something from me. Let me figure out what that is and figure out how to get it to them. Yes. Where are the resources?
Yeah, this is a quote by you. We're putting your quotes up. Where are the resources? Yes. You're dropping such significant knowledge here on today's episode. If you all have not, if you're just joining or just tuning in, make sure that you know that we're speaking with Kaleitha Johnson, owner of Noetic Talent Consulting, and this woman has some great information for you. You want to reach out to her to get a consultation, and she said that's just a conversation. All you're doing is just reaching out to her to get a conversation to determine where she can direct you, which is going to be to Gallup. She's going to direct you to Gallup, even though she doesn't work for Gallup, but she loves Gallup. So Gallup is getting a lot of play today on the Kim Jacobs Show. Thanks to this wonderful lady speaking about it here on the Kim Jacobs Show. I wanted to go back through the comments to get to I'm going to pull all of your contact information back up so people know exactly how to reach you, and tell them again how they can get in touch with you. Let me put the Gallup information, gallup.com. That's where they will do what? Tell them what happens there.
You can go to Gallup and look for the assessment. It is the Clifton Strengths Assessment. There are 2 price points. You can do your top 5, or you can do what I would recommend, your all 34. Just get everything. They'll give you a report. It's going to be I think it's a 25-page report with all 34 strengths and what they look like. And then you'll need to you can go to KaleithaJohnson.com, which is my website. I have a contact page. go to my contact page, put in your information, your phone number, put in their comments that you just want a consultation,
And
and
say
we can
you saw her on the Kim Jacobs show.
tell me that you saw me on the Kim Jacobs show. And we can have a conversation about what this could look like. If you want coaching, if you just want tidbits and conversation, we can get that going.
Yes.
I also have a Facebook page. It is Noetic Talent Consulting, Noetic. On Facebook, you can follow me, like the page. I am putting out tidbits. I'm putting out 7 tips for employee engagement. I'm always trying to think of, what do people who would use me for coaching, what do you need? What do folks need to succeed? What do
Good.
people want to hear? What might help someone through this week? Someone needs to hear this. So I'll try to put things out to kind of pique people's interest. And even if it's just to give them the boost they need for the day, that's fine as well.
That's
all.
really
That's what
good. I'm going over to that page. 7 tips, y'all are right there on Noetic Talent Consulting Facebook page. So go get those tips. She's putting out some daily, weekly, all kind of tips. So don't miss one tip that's coming from this woman. Okay, somebody said, "Hey, girl, you dropping some great information." That's Shambria.
Shambria.
Shambria, I got my I don't want to put my address, but look here, I got my stuff in the mail from your girls. Yeah. So I'm excited. I got my packet. I got to open my packet. Her daughters have it's girly.
It's girly things.
Girly things with a Z. Put your
Yes.
children's website in the page. Because you know what? I'm probably gonna open my thing before today's episode. Oh, yeah, it's a bubble bag. That's easy to open. Yeah, let me get in here and see my stuff. This right here, Shambria, her daughters have an online store, and I just got my package in the mail. Look at this, how beautifully packaged it is.
Yes.
I love
some lip gloss.
I love supporting people in their business. I got these for my daughter. Her favorite color is blue.
Okay.
And so I got some glasses for her. I'm going to present those to her. I got her a headband because she has her all natural hair right now. But I love supporting businesses and
absolutely.
Things as well. Look at this headband from It's Girly Things. Yeah, girl, I'll be to put this on myself. No, I got it for my daughter. But this is beautiful. And it's blinged out. Look at that. And Bria Wise, her daughter, I'm going to put her daughter's website up. Both of her daughters went into business together. She said, "Hey, girly, we would like to thank you for your purchase. We hope you enjoy every bit of it. Smooches, It's Girly Things." Look at that. Oh, that is too cute. And then even some little head. Okay, I don't sidetrack, girl. I didn't even look at my pack. But look at this.
Those are nice.
Little head clips. I got these for my daughter. And okay, y'all are gonna see me wearing these. I'm wearing these probably tomorrow or this week for sure. Look at this. First of all, look at the packaging. Oh my goodness. And look at this.
That's how to do it.
These little diamond earrings.
Nice.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend in like a rose gold and a silver girl. That made my heart glad. It's Girly Things. Okay,
it's Girly Things.
It's Girly Things. Let's put that up there too. I'll make sure. Shambria, put your children's website. All right. Tell us, Kaleitha, since we're on a fun mode for a second, tell us some of your favorite color. Tell us some
purple.
about you. This purple.
Purple all day. And I'm in the middle of redoing my website because at some point It's Girly Things is right there in that chat. I had on a lot of purple and then I had all the purple going on. So I am actually getting ready to redo my website because I had way too much purple going on, but I love purple.
I love purple. Purple and red. I love red.
Yeah.
But I love
and
purple.
I do coral for some reason looks pretty good with my skin tone.
Yes.
But the purple all day.
I bought 4 coral shirts recently, and that's like a good popping color for me. So I was like, I think I'm loving this coral. And what about your favorite food? Tell us some.
I would say my favorite meal is probably cornbread dressing and collard greens.
Oh, mine is salmon. I love salmon.
I
So
love
I eat salmon, all the salmon, and I love spaghetti, but for some reason I can't have
Yeah.
spaghetti so much. But I do love spaghetti and pizza. I love pizza. But
Yep. And the only people who can really make my dress, I'm like a dressing snob, is my mother, Miss Ethel Dawson Newby. Hey, girl.
hey,
And my auntie, Miss Edna Wise. It's a couple more people. I don't want to start shouting out too many
okay,
people, but
yeah,
my
they'd be
mama
like,
and
"Now I
my
know you did not
auntie's
get up there,
dressing.
and you know you eat over here all the time, and did not announce my dish on that show."
So I'm just going to leave it to my mama and my auntie. They dressing is the best dressing. Don't at me, but
That's funny, funny. And so, do you go to the? What do you do for fun?
oh goodness, shop.
Oh,
Not
I
as
can tell by
much,
that
but
cute dress.
it's it's the cardio for me. I love going to the mall and TJ Maxx and them, all Marshalls, all of them. It's the getting out. It just makes me feel good to walk through and to come on back out. Sometimes I buy, sometimes I don't, but it's getting out for me.
That's funny, funny because sometimes at one point, Kaleitha, I said, I'm going to go and walk the mall for exercise. So I would go and I would walk before the stores ever open. But then I got into this pattern and I was getting it in. I was like, listening to my music. I was going. I said, it's a safe kind of environment. I'm excited,
Right.
excited. And then I realized I was doing a lot of window shopping. And then I was like waiting till the store open. And then I start putting money down in my, like shirt and stuff. I'll be like, when that
Yeah.
store open, the store open, I'm
Yeah.
running in there. I'm running in there
Yeah.
to go shopping.
It's
Why
okay.
am I coming to work out and then go in and go shopping and spend all my money?
Budget. You gotta budget.
Yeah.
But it's
I
okay.
stopped. I budgeted good. I stopped coming I stopped doing that.
Well, retail therapy, it releases those dopamines when we buy stuff. So it makes us feel good. We just gotta stay on a budget. That's all.
Yeah, that's a good piece of advice as well. That didn't come from Gallup. That came from Kaleitha.
No.
All right, listen, we have another episode sponsor today. Let me go and take a moment to give a shout out to our episode sponsor, snowlegal.com. Now, listen, snowlegal.com, they have agreed. We have attorney Kenneth D. Snow. He comes on and he shares some legal moments with attorney Kenneth D. Snow. And it's some great free advice that he's been sharing right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. They are in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, and then they're also in the South Carolina area in his hometown. Their phone number is 704-358-0026. And their email is info@snowlegal.com. If you're dealing with some type of injury, and he even came on to talk about bicycle and motorcycle accidents. I never even thought about that when it comes to dealing with your attorneys regarding that. Make sure you let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show did send you to them, and give them a call, because he said that they'll be more than happy to answer some type of question that you may have, or just a free consultation of a quick moment. Only if you say you saw him on the Kim Jacobs Show. They don't just do a bunch of free consultations, but he said for the viewers of the Kim Jacobs Show, they will answer a question for you specifically. So make sure you keep that in mind and say that we sent you. Here's more about Snow Legal now.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everyone, and we're back with Kaleitha Johnson, owner of Noetic Talent Consulting. Kaleitha, what's some other points you want to, maybe one of your Facebook points or something you say? I just want to tell y'all a couple more things that I think could help you in the workplace.
Yeah. I think that a lot of us, and when I say us, I do mean African-American women, Black men, white women, some of us that have been othered, but I
Oh,
can only speak very specifically for Black women. We've been taught to take care of other people. We've been taught to just put our heads down and do our job. A lot of us have been taught that, we still have to remain humble, be a bad girl, in terms of be a queen, be strong, but support, right? And I think that as Black women, who is my ideal, but not my only client, my
right.
ideal client is a strong Black woman who has not fully come into her own. You have skills and talents that are 9 times out of 10 the backbone of this department, the backbone of this organization.
Good.
And it's okay to shine.
That's
It's
right.
okay to shine. We can't always linger back and try to figure out, oh, I hope they give me. One day I'll have. It's time to step up and know your strengths, claim those strengths, and figure out how to use them to get to where you truly want to be, whether that's the C-suite or whether you just want to be, the best supervisor you can be for the folks that report to you that you're responsible for, or whether you want to maybe go have your own business or whatever.
Right.
It's okay to shine. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I love that. It's okay to shine. So don't let anybody dull your shine, because what God created in you is supposed to be shared with the world, to be able
Absolutely.
to be a blessing to the world. So I'm excited that you're saying that you're actually saying that point. People, stay connected. And I need to get her information down here again, her KaleithaJohnson.com website information. Please put that here in the back comments again so I can pull it back up one more time. I am going to put this comment. It's okay to shine. And that you heard it right here on the Kim Jacobs Show from Kaleitha Johnson. It's okay. It's okay. And with so much virtual learning and things taking place, Kaleitha, especially with the pandemic, I wanted you to speak to that for a brief second as well.
You know what? It has been fun, anxiety inducing, pivoting. I love this word pirouette. Like, pivoting has been in my vocabulary for the past week. And it really came out yesterday. We were doing some things with an organization that I belong to. And I'm like, I like pirouettes. You can be graceful with it. You don't have to do hard pivots. You don't have to stumble and pivot. I mean, sometimes we do, and that's okay. But keep it pretty. Get up on those toes, swivel around, and make a change because you can, right? And so, I teach a class, and shouts out to my HR certification class that I teach. They were really patient with me and my co-instructor. We switched it up. We gave them out other tests. We made it fun. We had them meet in groups, in and out of class. So we really try to duplicate what it's like when you're in class, but it's not going to be perfect. So we did what we could to kind of switch it up and get people to think about things a little bit differently. To me, that's the biggest thing about virtual learning, figuring out ways to get people to accept the fact that things have changed and it's not going to be the same, but we got to do our part to stay engaged, right?
I love it.
That 7 minutes, woo, it goes by fast. This hour has gone by fast. Well, I know 7 minutes goes by fast, but we've got to find ways to keep people engaged online and virtually that complements what they're trying to do, complements empowerment of them, complements letting them shine, all those things.
Yes.
So that's what I've been working on at Tech and with Noetic, is just finding ways to help people shine online.
That's a slogan. Finding ways to help people shine online. That's sometimes when you're saying something and you're in the picture frame, you don't hear it because you're in the picture frame, right? That's what Les Brown says. He said you can't see yourself when you're in the picture frame.
Right.
So other people have to be like, stop. That's a tagline. So make sure you take advantage of utilizing that one right there.
Absolutely.
Hey, everybody, make sure you support the Kim Jacobs Show. the way that we can provide you with this original programming is by being able to support the show as an online financial contributor. We're grateful for all of those that do provide the contributions in order for us to keep this daily show going. There are a lot of shows out here, but to have a show every single day, you know that requires major production, a major team of brilliant minds coming together to be able to provide you with what you're seeing here on today's episode. So please feel free to contribute to the Kim Jacobs Show, and it's greatly appreciated. And it is being used to be able to keep the show thriving. And our slogan is being able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time. So here at the Kim Jacobs Show, we're bringing balance, and we're bringing it to the world, one household at a time. And so I thank you today, Kaleitha Johnson, for being here talking to us about how to succeed in the workplace using your strengths.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Again, that hour has flown by. It was so good to talk to you, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak with your audience.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for being here today. Anybody have any final comment that you say, please? Oh, here, somebody's typed Shannon and Mackenzie backstage. They said, finding ways to help people shine online. We're going to put that up there. Kaleitha Johnson. That's one of your new slogans right there. You saw it first. Exclusive on the Kim Jacobs Show. Finding ways to help people shine online by Kaleitha Johnson. Don't say that was your quote. That was a quote from Kaleitha. All right. Somebody said that they have 13 girls and 5 boys, married 40 years, homeschooled 25 plus. I was taking care of my mother and she just passed away. That upset me so bad. Now I am starting a CMOS business and I need this kind of help. I have the last 4 at home and I have to balance myself.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you deserve that, Johanna. And I'm very sorry to hear about your mom's passing, but we know that God will allow us to reunite again with our loved ones. Absolutely. And I do believe that with my whole heart. Mm-hmm. But whatever help you need, make sure if you're needing this help specifically from Kaleitha, that you go to KaleithaJohnson.com and talk to her and let her help you re-identify and reestablish stir up those gifts and those talents that may be lying dormant because you focus so much on so many other people in your 40 years of homeschooling, 25 years. You've been married for 40 years. Yeah. So you've been focusing on your husband. You have 13 girls, 5 boys. You got a rack of folk you've been caring for. Yeah. Now, Johanna Camp, it's your time. Yep. And so reach out to Kaleitha. Feel free to reach out to me and we will do whatever we can to help you get to the next phase of your life as you reinvent yourself and reestablish who you are, Johanna. All right, let's see. I do and I am. Going to her website now. Go to KaleithaJohnson.com. Yes. If you're going to go and check out Kaleitha Johnson's website, give her a high five. Just say thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing this information. Put a 5 in the comments and also hashtag Shine Online. That's her new thing. Shine Online. Everybody hashtag Shine Online.
Thank you, Capricorn lady.
Shine Online. Shine Online. And she says she's going to your website. Yes, yes. All right. Any closing comments, Kaleitha?
That's it. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of y'all. I had so much fun. Start with the mind, y'all. Noetic Talent Consulting can help you get there.
Excellent. And I do believe that they can, that Noetic Talent Consulting will help you get there. And some kind of way you need to get there with Gallup and be an affiliate for them starting today.
I'm working on that.
You get in their communication and tell them, listen, here's a clip. I've been over here talking about y'all forever. I want to be an affiliate at least. Okay. KaleithaJohnson.com is her website. And remember, it's okay to shine. And don't let anybody dull your shine. Yeah. And I think we've learned so much. Love your show. Okay, Edna, thank you so much and love the guests. 555 Shine Online. Everybody's like hashtagging, yes, Shine Online, Shine Online, Shine Online, Shine Online. It's lots of support and just you shining online. And that's what Kaleitha is going to help you do. All right. Thank you all for tuning in today. Tomorrow, I know tomorrow's guest. Oh, Shannon, tell me about tomorrow's guest right quick, because I know it's the gentleman is that the gentleman? Okay, let me pull up. Give me a second. I'm going to pull up this flyer. And I want to make sure I share with you all regarding tomorrow's guest. Yes. Okay, yes. Tomorrow is actually... it's going to be Anissa Talib. She's going to be talking about overcoming shyness and self-doubt. Her story is incredible. I'm looking at my phone if y'all are wondering what I'm doing. I'm looking at the flyer here on my phone. But she is actually talking about overcoming shyness and self-doubt. And I cannot wait to hear her story. I already know some of her story, but wait till you hear it. If you have ever struggled with shyness and self-doubt, tune in tomorrow to hear her story. Then on Wednesday, we have 6 additional authors on My Walk Past Hell. So they're going to be here. They done been through hell, walking past it. They're a part of a book collaboration where 30 authors have come together, women, to share their stories about how they have walked past hell. And 6 of them are going to be here on Wednesday. And on Thursday, we have Keith D. Simpson. He is going to be talking about the lie that he lived. He's an entrepreneur and a father, and he's going to be right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Friday is Freestyle Friday here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So we have a great week lined up for you. You don't want to miss one episode.
Good.
There's some good stuff coming down the pipe. And we also have merchandise, which all of you know about as well at this point. We have I Watch the Kim Jacobs Show. You should be getting that. And I Am a Mother Dreamer. I have products on our page, and it's all in the comment section as well. So we have that and t-shirts and books and all kinds of stuff. Woo! Okay, I think that's all we can talk about in 1 hour, right? We talked about everything we can talk about, right? But Kaleitha, you know how you go on a show and you're like, dog, I should have made that one point, and then you get off.
Right.
And you're like,
which I'm thinking of now, but
right. So say it.
No, I'm wondering if I've missed anything. I don't think I've missed anything. Yeah, I just want people to know that you can succeed and you can do well. It just takes some planning and some hey, Miss Ethel Dawson newbie. It takes some planning and it takes some self-awareness and self-confidence, and you'll be fine.
Excellent. Self-awareness and self-confidence. You heard it right here on the Kim Jacobs Show from Kaleitha Johnson, owner of Noetic Talent Consulting. Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode, and we will see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're a great guest, Kaleitha. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. Stay back there. I'll talk to you in a minute.
All right. Bye.